Hello and welcome. Today we're going to rebuild one of the most confusing but young teams in the NBA. Now, this team had a historic 5 first-round draft picks. We are rebuilding the Brooklyn Nets from today. So, this first year is essentially going to be a wash. We're going to go through and see what we can do with the Nets. They're in a weird place because they're not necessarily trying to win. But at the same time, they have a lot of young talent. I think Jaeger Demon's very good. Um, but they have Nolan Traore. They have Danny Wolf. So it's a lot of guys where you look at it, you look at the roster. Michael Porter Jr., I think they fell high on him in the offseason. I'm surprised they didn't get a move for him before that. But you have Nick Claxton. What are you going to do with him? I'm not sure. Ben Saroff, I'm not a fan of this year. He's doing about rookie like shooting 21% from three. Not a great guy, but maybe developmental. I think Traore could be a potential player for this team. I think we have Jaeger, obviously. Drake Powell. Terrence Mann, I'm not very high on. 3 years, $47 million, definitely not. And then after that, it's Danny Wolf. I think we're gonna move Danny Wolf to. All right, yeah, this is fine. So we have Noah Clowney, Danny Wolf, Jaeger Demon, Nolan Traore, and then Nick Claxton and Day'Ron Sharpe. After that, there's not really anyone in the lineup that I say really adds that much value. So we're going to go ahead and change this to a 9-man rotation, first and foremost. And we're going to we're going to move down Josh Minott's number. And we're going to move up Nolan Traore, hopefully get him in some consideration. Going to move up Danny Wolf and then Claxton. And we're full tank, so we're going to sim the rest of the regular season. Hopefully they don't win too many games. Let's do Darren Peterson. I think if I'm the Nets, dream is to get a scoring player that can be franchised. Now you might say Cam Thomas was already there. What about Cam Thomas? Well, Cam Thomas was a shot chucker. So you need an efficient scorer. I think this draft actually is one of the better drafts if you need a player. I think you can stick and pick wherever you are in a way that really... Okay, so going through the awards, we have Jokic at MVP, Cooper Flag at Rookie of the Year, Naz Reid at Sixth Man of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year should be Keldon Johnson. I'm going to say that now. Sixth Man of the Year is Keldon Johnson. Depoy, Wemby, top 3 in MVP. I think it'll end up going to Shea, but who knows? Most improved this year. I think you have to give it to Denny because Denny is technically a franchise player, but I'm not too high on Denny. Low-key Keita in Boston, not a fancy pick, but he has been a good stopgap at center, and I think obviously the Celtics needed that badly. Maxey, Clutch Player of the Year, JB Bickerstaff as Coach of the Year, and then John Murphy as Executive of the Year. So we have Doncic, Wemby, Cade, Jalen Johnson, which is a surprise, Shea, Maxey, Jaylen Brown, James Harden, Alperen Sengun, who trash, but Jamal Murray, Donovan Mitchell, Scotty Barnes, Julius Randle, Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, he should make at least All-NBA second team, but we shall see. And then after that, we have Wemby, Evan Mobley, Gobert, Nikola Jokic, and Chet Holmgren. So all forwards and centers, all centers essentially. Although I think Mobley's more of a 4. And then we have Scotty, Kawhi, Asar, Bam, and then Donovan Clingan. On the all-rookie, do we have any Nets? For the amount of rookies we have, you'd hope. Danny Wolf. So we have Danny Wolf with 9, 5, and 2.5. So not the worst. Shooting 31%. But definitely something to work with, right? So did we make the playoffs? Oh, we didn't make the playoffs. Who knew? So let's see. I think San Antonio, they don't want to end year one. They normally love 1B. Yep, 1B with 36, Cade with 36, Spurs, Pistons, and the Spurs win it in year one, just as I thought. So happy for 1B. Let's go ahead and make the arena better, I guess. Player retirement, LeBron. Okay, I can't give him a farewell tour. Chris Paul. The way he went out was so sad. I feel bad because the Clippers did him dirty, but at the same time, Russell Westbrook, the entire childhood, Curry, DeRozan, wow. Jimmy Butler, not going to do it again. Klay Thompson, Plumlee. This is a big class for people that Markelle Fultz. Big class of people. Lonnie Walker. I thought for a while he was going to really be the Spurs' guy. And then it just ended up not working out. And he went off to the Lakers and did Lakers things. The Hall of Fame. We have LeBron, Steph, Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook. For jersey retirements, lots of teams played for LeBron and Chris Paul, so obviously there's going to be a lot of jerseys retired. As far as this, we're going to keep everything the same, but I do want to change the all defensive thing because seeing just straight centers, like obviously there's good players as well, so we're just going to go ahead and improve that. That's the only thing we're going to change. Go into the draft lottery. Fingers crossed. If we can get a top 5 pick, I think we can get a franchise player for sure. We'll have to see. And we fall out of 6. I think, depending on staff signing, need a CFO. And then Jordi Fernandez is an interesting coach in terms of, I think he's better than what he's shown with the Nets, and I think a large part of what they're doing is to lose games, and I honestly don't see him doing better, so I guess he's going to stay. I mean, we can go get hands in pockets with Mr. Darvin Ham, but I don't think we're going to do that. Our doctors suck, so we're going to head and upgrade the doctor as well. Does their scout suck? Our scout sucks. And then for staff, we're going to go ahead and unassign and then reassign, hopefully get a former player. So we're going to go ahead and put those in. We got all 3. So we're done with staff for that. And we're going to go to the NBA draft. Now I want to see who do they have us getting? That is draft board. So right now, who does it have us getting at 6? Caleb Wilson. I think Caleb Wilson would be a top 3 pick in most drafts, but I think if we want a real franchise-changing player, I think you want to be Boozer, DeBansa, Darren Peterson. So I wonder. Okay, this is what I think. I think if we can, let's see what the Grizzlies want for 3. And if it's not unreasonable, if we can get a chance at one of those franchise-changing guys, I think it's worth a chance. Traore. So I actually want to keep Traore. So this is interesting. Because Ty Jerome, you get a guard for the future. Nick Claxton, 12-7. I think Nick Claxton can stay. And then we have Danny Wolf. We're going to keep Danny Wolf. I think the best trade here is this one right here. So we're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to trade up to get number 3. Darren Pearson goes 1. So we're going to draft between. DeBansa goes 2, which leaves us with Mr. Cam Boozer. Now, Would the Clippers make us a trade? Would the Clippers make us a trade, even though they drafted him, AJ Dembele? What if we did pick 3? Because I think AJ Dembele would be the best player for us. Pick 3 for AJ, and then we'll go ahead and throw in Josh. Oh, no, we won't throw in Josh. Let's see. What salaries can we dump right here? Terrence Mann, how'd you feel? And the Clippers agree. So we have our new franchise player and AJ Dembele. Go ahead and get rid of Cam Boozer because we don't need Cam Boozer. And what if we can shop Michael Porter, who doesn't want to be here? He had a really good year, and we could potentially sell high here. He's making a lot of money, so we'd have to take some back, or we could do a deal like this where we make a lot of money, but potentially getting a young player that can really help us out. Now this is a good one. You're not high on Ben Suraf. What if you get Darius? This is interesting. The 7th pick in the draft. Oh, there's also Wagler. Now, who do you think is better between Acuff and Wagler is the question. Shout out Keldon Johnson. I think we're going to go with the Wagler trade. Jaeger Demon, we can make a small forward and play in a small ball type lineup. But then we have to give up a first. We don't want to give a future first. So I guess it's Darius. And we're going to find and trade for a future point guard. I just don't think Ben Suraf is a guy that's going to get us anywhere. And we get off the books with Michael Porter Jr. Let's see if we can now move off of... Now, this is slightly realistic in that... Not Drake Powell. Would the Nets do this? Probably not. I think they made too many draft picks, and in order to fix them, you have to change stuff. So what are we going to change? We're going to change who they are paying and who they are putting capital in. Now, none of these offers really stand out too bad. Max Strus for shooting off the bench would be nice, but I don't want to give up a future first. Connect four, no. Gafford. Gafford's been playing well. He could shore up the center area. I think we might do that trade. Yang, Hansen, Yang. Baby Jokic, maybe that was the wrong way to go about having him, but we'll make this trade for Gafford. So we're going to go to our next pick. We got 9 trade offers. Anything good? Ian Jackson, only player available. Let's see who's available. Okay. So, looking at the team. At point guard, we're going to go with Traore and Acuff. And then we don't really have a shooting guard. Demon obviously is going to stay. But we don't have a backup shooting guard. We have our small forward of the future and franchise player. We're good at the 4. We're good at the 5. I think that means that if we can get a 2 guard, we'll probably be in business. I'm looking. Caden Boozer is the name that comes to mind. He's too small to play the 2, though. So then it's what can we get? Who can we get that potentially can elevate as a 3-point shooter? I'm a fan of Amari Allen. I think he could play the 2. We can move him down, being a little bit bigger. Alex Caravan as well. Get a good shooter in there. I think this pick we're going to take Amari Allen. And that'll be it for us. So we end up getting AJ Dembele and a trade for Cameron Boozer. We will see how that goes. And then we get Darius on the back end. I think we're going to sign all 3, obviously. As far as deals go, Noah Clowney. coming off a good year, we will offer him. Same with Zaire Williams. Josh Minot, he can go, and then Day'Ron Sharpe. We're good. We're good, buddy. So looking at the team, we have 1, 2, 3 whenever he gets back, 4, 5, 6. We can move O'Shea to shooting guard because he's 6'5", and so we'll go ahead and make him a shooting guard and make him 6. We're lacking a lot of firepower here on this end. So we'll offer Jalen Wilson and O'Shea, and after that, everybody else can go. So we have 29 mil and cap with both minimums if we want to bring back Jalen Wilson, but I'm not too concerned about it. I think this free agent class doesn't have a lot. So it's like, what instant impact can we get? What makes sense for our timeline? We need somebody that's on the younger side. Maybe a 2. A 2 would be nice. A 2 or 4. So if we look, 2s and the 4s. John Collins isn't doing it for me. I think we throw a bag at Austin Reeves, a guy that can really be a difference maker on this team, gives us shooting, gives that leadership. And see where we rank there. I'd be a big fan of getting Austin Reeves on a deal and getting him to Brooklyn. We're actually number 2. Would he pick it or would he go to... Okay, so we're going to go ahead and renounce the rights on everyone here. We'll decline. Austin Reeves goes to the Bulls. So we're going to have to pivot. After that, you look and it's like, who can be a difference maker? Kobe White, I can see being a good player to bring here. You have Benedict Mathurin. Now he's a restricted free agent, and the Pacers are offering him pennies. So I think we're gonna throw a deal at Duncan Robinson for some shooting. We'll throw a deal at Kobe White for some assurance in the guard region. And then for the forwards, who do we like here? I think John Collins on this type of deal where... Okay, so we get all 3. Yes, we get all 3. I think these are moves that help us now, but also allow us to still be flexible, which is what we really need. Flexibility in the cap room. So looking at the roster now, we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Clown is kind of an odd man out now, but I think the roster is looking a lot better, and I think it sets us up to be young, but still have a couple of vets that can hold it down as we go through the growing pains. Kevin Porter Jr. is somebody I'm now 3 years, 41 mil. I don't know if we can do that one. He's a scorer, but we don't necessarily need a 1. We could use a 2. We could make him a 2. Cam Spencer's here. I like Cam. Cam Spencer or Malik Beasley. Who do I think could help the team more? Malik Beasley Cam Spencer shot 44%. So we're going to go ahead and offer Cam Spencer on a deal. This would be a good get. I think he's insurance for sure. And I think that'll be it for us from free agency. We'll go to player progression and no crazy big jumps, but we're getting better as a team. So that'll be it for this season. We're going to go and get to the next season and hopefully the Nets can start to turn things around. I think getting a cornerstone player is what they need because they're kind of lacking that, and they don't really have the hope in the future. So maybe with this, we create that hope. We get people excited to be in Brooklyn. Maybe make some splash trades, and let's see. So Jaeger's still coming off of injury, so he's hanging out down here, but he will be the 2. So we're going to go ahead and put Cam Spencer on the bench, although he will get minutes. Clowney's down. And I want to see what Darius can do. So we're going to give Darius some minutes, Cam Spencer some minutes. And after that, so we're going to go Kobe White, Jaeger Dimmon, AJ Demancia, Danny Wolf, Nick Claxton, Nolan Traore, John Collins, Daniel Gafford, Cam Spencer, Darius Sitko. I think that's actually a solid lineup, and I think we'll give him 2 more. I think it puts us in a position where we could be fighting for a play-in type spot. As far as contracts go, Nick Claxton is eligible for a contract extension, but it's for cheaper. Now, we'll see where we're at the break, but depending on that, we can make some moves and potentially be a different team. It just depends. We're going to go ahead and decline that. So, I think something that we have going for us is this year doesn't have to be a win now year. I think AJ, once he gets once he gets a little bit of legs under him, he can kind of develop and grow as that shooter. How's he doing so far? Averaging 22. So, obviously, already having a great year. Let's look at the team. Traore with 18, making that jump. Kobe White with 20. Darius with 11. So we're lacking at the 2 is what I'm seeing. And as expected, Duncan Robinson took a step back, but maybe Drake Powell can step up in this role as we wait. Danny Wolf had slightly regressed. John Collins hit a wall. How is Nick Claxton? I would definitely be shopping. Because he isn't giving us what we need. But that's kind of expected. I think he's a weird player because he's showing flashes, but is he a guy that can be your franchise center? I'm not sure. So Cam Spencer back in the lineup. We need his shooting. We've been playing pretty well. We're 500, over 500 now. On a little win streak, and we lose, obviously, as soon as I say it. If we go middle of the pack, I think that would be a good year because, and when we win NBA Cup MVP, if we go middle of the pack, that's a good year for us just based on Daniel Gafford with a broken nose. So what are we going to do at center is the question. I think that means we got to bring back Noah Clowney. And he'll just have to be our backup center because Jaeger Demmon's still out. So hopefully we can just weather the storm. Fan interest is low. Kobe White also broken nose. So lots of broken noses. And we might see a little bit of a slide. If we are negative at the break, I think we look to trade Nick Claxton just because his production hasn't been great. We're not trying to pay him all that money. We have Daniel Gafford. If we can find a replacement center, maybe a young center, that might do more help for us than having him would. But we shall see. Daniel Gafford's back, so hopefully that helps weather the storm a little bit. Danny Wolf is shooting .450 from 3. So the team's putting up numbers besides Cam Spencer. So I think let's look at what Cam Spencer. What is Cam Spencer and Mr. Nick Claxton, what are they able to get us? If they can get us a starting caliber shooting guard or center. Now this is the deal that for Cleveland, based on the timeline, could I see it? I'm not sure. But this deal, Cedric Coward, You get shooting, you get another point guard. Pele Larson's interesting, but don't want to take on this Wiggins contract. Bridges, no. Also, Bridges, no. I think there's definitely a lot of interesting looks here. Braylon Mullins, do we trust the potential? Potentially. Siakam. I'm not sure if I trust Siakam there either. Now this is a trade where I'm looking at it, and Kamara doesn't really do much for us, but Lindenberg makes it interesting. I think we have to. We're giving up a 28 pick swap with the Knicks, but Jarrett Allen can be a difference maker for us. We're going to go ahead and do this. And then our new lineup includes Sam Merrill. And hopefully Sam Merrill can help fix kind of the lack of shooting. Shooting 46% from three, so we need that. And I think it gives us an upgrade in a position where we're at need. Obviously, big upgrade going to defensively, getting Jarrett Allen, and rebounding goes up too. So a move that could definitely help us. And then Jaeger Demon's back. So we're going to go ahead and move him to the starting lineup. And we're going to put Acuff at our sixth man. The team's looking better. We haven't been healthy, but we're sitting at the 10th spot, and now 8th. Kobe White's back, so everything's looking good. We have a 6-man back. We're going to go to a 10-man rotation for now because I want to keep getting Acuff minutes, and he's good. Okay, so hopefully we can remain around the 9-ish spot. If we remain around the 9 spot, we have a chance. And with that, we can be a fringe playoff. Now, this is what we didn't need. AJ with a bone fracture. This might cause us, we might be going from a year where we had a shot to a year where it's not going to happen. So that's not what we needed to happen, but hopefully we can weather the storm, be a somewhat viable team. We're sitting 20th in the power ranking. Today's the trade deadline. What do we do as a team? We're 8th in the conference. So it's like, do you... So we're sitting in play-in territory. We're neck to neck with all the bottom teams. But we could also reach to the top if we make any sort of move. The Orlando Magic at 1 in the conference. Never seen that one, but let's see. Troyer is averaging 15 and 6. I think he's a future guard. Kobe White, 18 and 4, good pickup. Acuff, 12 and 4. So the guards have been good. Good guard play. Yeah, you're only 11. I think we might have to change his tendency a little to get him more involved in the offense. AJ out, but putting up 23 this year. We don't really have... Danny Wolf is not doing the development we needed, but he is around. I think Noah Clowney, we shop because he doesn't want to be here. And see if we can maybe pair him for a better 4 or a backup 3. So we'll go ahead and add Zaire Williams. And not John Collins. If we can get a 4... Actually, John Collins, it wouldn't be a bad idea. If we can get a 4, a 3 and a 4, I think. Now this is interesting. They're trying to give away Cedric Coward. I don't know if we can do this because we don't need a 2 that badly. We might just have to stay with what we have at the moment. Zubac, I think he's going to fall off a cliff in the game. So Mark Williams would be interesting if we didn't make that trade earlier. DiVincenzo can play the 3, but he's 30 now. Let's check the availability. What would it take? are there any fours around the league that are available and potentially want to come and play in Brooklyn? Now, Heinz Steinbeck, he's on the end of the bench. Is he available? Now, this is a future move. I'm not trying to give up a future player. What is GG Jackson? What do you have going on? What is GG Jackson doing in this current moment? Are you free? If you're free, give us a future move. See, I'm not trying to give him another pick. Kobe White's been playing really well. I don't think I can do that one. Cam Boozer? No? Alright. That's fair. I wouldn't do it either. We might just have to be fine with what we're at. There are a lot of fours on this team. What are the Wizards building here? They have Anthony Davis at the 4, which means they kept Sarr at the 5. Will Riley, Caleb Wilson. Caleb Wilson's pretty far on the bench, but no, he's still untouchable, which is fine. Is Will Riley available? 6'9", can shoot the ball well. 27 swap. Do I trust him over Danny Wolf? I think I do. Champagnie. So John Collins is kind of the vet presence, but making $25 million. Will Riley is 20 years old. Get Champagnie. Champagnie can play the 3. I think we're going to do this. So we're going to ship off John Collins. That was a move I didn't necessarily want to make, but I think helps the team as a whole. We're going to move Will Riley to the 3. And his overall goes up. Awesome. And I think that helps us. I think that helps us short term and long term. And then let's look at the tendencies, because some of these guys just aren't. I want my shooters to be shooting. So we're going to bump. AJ's already up. Jaeger, we're going to go up. Hopefully he can be a star. And then Troy Ari, because he's our guard. After that, Danny Wolf's only at a 30. We're going to bump him up to like 60, 65. And honestly, the rest of it looks good. Looking at the lineup, we're going to slide Will Riley in, Danny Wolf, Jared Allen. I think this is a team that can make the playoffs. So we're going to keep simulating. We're going to see where we're at. 10 seed, 11 seed. I'm not sure. If we can go on a win streak 10 February, which we do, conference rank 8, any deadlines coming up, anything important, I don't think we have any of note. So no Clowney, we forgot we were going to shop him, so nothing there. And AJ is back. Much needed. So the final playoff push is going to be Traore, Demon, AJ, Danny Wolf, Jared Allen, Will Riley as a 6-man, Kobe White, Daniel Gafford, Sam Merrill, Justin Champagnie. Now, if we could get Julian, I'd love to get Julian. So maybe do a brother for brother swap with the Spurs, see what happens there. Middle of the pack in the NBA. And just like that, Nolan Traore is out for the season. Not what we needed. We have the players to combat that, but he was having a really good sophomore year. 14.5, 5.7 assists, 1 steal a game. This was a guy who was playing 40% from 3, so we're going to miss him. But hopefully Kobe White can just step in. That's why we got him, to be the guard of the future. And Jaeger Demon's out for a little bit. If we can make the play-in, that's a successful season to me. Trending in the right direction. Champagne's out too. We're down to having Drake Powell. That can't be. So we're going to move AJ up. Will Riley. Darius will be the 3. And then we'll just go to we'll have Noah Clowney play a little bit as the 10th man, but we're getting killed injury-wise. Let's just win these out. And we lose to the Pacers. Jaeger is back. And then since Jaeger's back, final push, we're going to go ahead and make this a 9-man rotation again. Can we make it to the plan? Win out here. We need this. And 7th seed. We've officially clinched plan. Looking at the awards, we have Cade Cunningham for MVP. Darren Peterson for Rookie of the Year. Jalen Green for 6th Man of the Year. Victor Wembanyama for Defensive Player of the Year. And then Zachary Richardson for Most Improved. 2K really loves him. I don't think he's making a 10-point jump in real life, but, you know. All NBA first team, we have Cade, Victor, Giannis, Ant, Shea, Paolo, LaMelo, Chet, Trae Young, Cooper Flag, Bam Adebayo, Alperen Sengun, Luka, Jamal Murray, Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller is a surprise, but averaged 24, 4, and 4. So clearly taking a step forward. Do we have any nets anywhere? Darren Peterson making all defensive team. And then AJ Demancey getting Rookie of the Year runner-up, 22, 5, and 5. Cam Boozer, who we traded, was 17, 5, and 4. So we have the pieces. We see it. We have Darius making all rookie second team. So we have pieces. Now, going to the playoffs, what do we want? Nolan Traore's out. Kobe White, take us there. Jaeger, he's shooting 45% from 3. This guy's a sharpshooter. AJ, just keep being you. This is a lineup that can make damage, can do some damage. So, can we beat? We do not beat the Nets, or we do not beat the Knicks. So, we go and beat Boston in the play-in game. Tatum dropped 30, AJ dropped 29, and we are in the playoffs for the first time. Leave rotation as is. We're not leaving without a win, and we get gentleman's swept, but we get a playoff win. Not very expected, but we got one. And the Timberwolves go ahead and win the NBA championship. Going into player retirements, Kevin Durant, Paul George, Nikola Vucevic, Harrison Barnes, shout out Spurs legend, Bismack Biyombo, Spurs legend, CJ McCollum, Kelly Olynyk, Spurs legend, Doug McDermott, Spurs legend. Lots of Spurs here. But last year's class is obviously a lot higher than Assis. Is Giannis still there? I don't know. Mac McClung, no more dunk contests. Going to staff retirements, Luke Walton is gone. Kevin Durant, Paul George. Will the Thunder? I think the Thunder have to hang up Kevin Durant's jersey, but can they? I don't know. That's a tough one. So we're gonna reject all these, and then get into the draft lottery. Now I know we have a couple swaps. Let's see where our pick ends up. We made the playoffs, so we're not gonna be the worst team. We have pick 15 and then pick 25. So we'll see what we can do with that. This might be a situation where you package the two and see what you can do. All right, done with staff, and then go into the draft. Now, where are team holes? We have 3 point guards. I think shooting guard, power forward are the big needs. Who in this class do we think matters? Shooting guard, Caleb Holt would be great. Stefan Joksimovic would be a fantastic player. Could really be a franchise type guy. Dame Sarr, the guy I'm high on. And then for the fours, with Tyron Stokes, obviously, Hugo at the 3, Taj Ariza. Mika Miranen is a name that could either be an all-time high or super low. I think we're in a position where I think we should trade up a little bit. What if we can get to pick 10? Who's picking 10? Or pick 12? What are the Thunder looking for? We give them 15 and 25. We move up 3 spots and get a future 29th. We'll take that. And then let's see if we can move up from 12. And who's picking at 10? I feel like 10 gives us a chance to draft somebody potentially high. So whoever has 10 has multiple first-round picks, unless I'm blind. And it is the Grizzlies. Let's see. Pick 12 in a second. Kobe White is staying. So we're going to go ahead and do this. We are now picking at pick 10. So let's get to that pick. And who is left? Dame Sarr. This is a guy I think could be a starter. I know we have Jaeger Demon, but Dame Sarr at the 2, Jaeger at the 3, AJ at the 4. Hear me out. Tell me it wouldn't work. I think we force the issue. We're gonna draft best player available, Dame Sarr. Welcome to Brooklyn. And our next pick is at 48. And we'll go ahead and grab. Are there any power forwards that are decent? Starter projection. We'll go off draft rank and just take a shot in the dark. Diop, thank you for your service. Go ahead and join the team. And send to the end. Branch goes 1. Williams goes 2. I think Tyron Stokes will go number 1 in this class. But yeah, so we walk out with Dame Sarr, and I think Dame Sarr is a guy who can fit in with the team well. Champagnie, what did you shoot last year? We'll bring him back. He just had low usage. Omari Allen, we didn't see in any time, but we'll bring everybody back. And then qualifying offers, we have none. Okay, so looking at the roster, we have lots of shooting guards, but I think we're going to release Duncan Robinson. We are actually okay. I think we can trade if we can package Sam Merrill and Drake Powell. What if we did Sam Merrill and Justin Champagnie? Can we get a backup 4? A backup 4, that's what we're looking for. Is there anyone? Yannick Niedenhauser is interesting. That's interesting. He could play the 4. No Penda, no. Cameron Carr just had a great game. But no, Rui, the player I want to like, but he just doesn't always do it. Okay, now this, I feel like I have to do this. Hansen Yang and Yaxel, I'm doing this. So we get a 4, and what is the going price for Julian Champagnie? And Champagnie is a free agent. We will be looking for him. So Wemby, we don't have enough cap for Giannis. Let's see, what type of players can we get this year? AJ Mitchell. We don't really need a guard. We don't need a 2. Although Casey Wallace is here, we don't really need that. Zach LaVine on a cheap deal. What do we need now? Now that we've made this trade, we need a 2. Even though I just traded 1, we need a 2, and that is it currently. So looking at the 2s, who fits our timeline? Or who's a vet that we can just have be a placeholder? What if we Michael Porter on a cheap one, and then who else is able to just throw a bone at? See how they're feeling. Just hey, you ever been Ryan Rollins being an unrestricted free agent? We'll offer. So Ryan Rollins agrees. Michael Porter goes to the Grizzlies. That's fine. And then Pele Larson's here, but he's on the shorter side. Could we bring Mr. Dick? Let's bring Mr. Dick. Oh, he's asked for a lot of money. We don't have Dick money. So, none of that. I'm a big fan of Keldon Johnson, and he's the ultimate hype man, so we will bring Keldon Johnson to San Antonio. Thank you, Keldon. And I think that'll be it for us. I think let's move some positions around and make it make sense, but... So, Keldon Johnson is a 4, or he can play 3, but he is a power forward. And then everything else seems about right. Actually, let's go ahead and make Keldon a power forward, and then he can be the backup 3. So we're looking good. We're going to go into progression, and hopefully we see a rise in AJ and his stock. Jarrett Allen goes down. Jaeger goes up. AJ goes up. Nolan goes up. This is going to be a good year. Darius goes up 6. That's the type of stuff we need. So, we have players acting like players. We have a team who's out there and ready to go win a championship. We need to cut some people. Who are we cutting? Okay. 1, 2, 3, somewhat. Drake Powell, is the experiment over? No. Diop, you gotta go. I'm sorry. I love you. I'm sorry. Amari Allen. Drake Powell, I'm not a believer. So we'll go into the next season. And at this point, we're going to auto-gen the rookies, so they're not OP. And I think what we're seeing is progression, which is good. But now we have a little bit of continuity. Traore is back. We have Traore, Jaeger, AJ, Keldon Johnson at the 4, Jarrett Allen, Will Riley on the 6th man. We're going to make that Ryan Rollins, Darius, Kobe White, so pretty guard heavy, which don't want to do. So we're going to go to the 10-man. Danny Wolf is off the bench. I'm cool with that. So we're going to see how we do. I think this year we have potential to be decent. 2-3-1 to start the year. So not bad so far, and we're on a losing streak. This is a great opportunity for AJ to be an MVP, and that's what we need more than anything. If AJ could just be the greatest player of all time and get us into the playoffs. We are above 500 again. Wemby with another NBA Cup MVP. Wemby is going to win every Defensive Player of the Year award for the rest of his life. As one. You can make the argument he could win Most Improved because he is tremendously better than he was last year and the year before. Offensively, defensively, he's finding new ways to affect the game. Impact and insanity. I think Wemby could win every award. But don't look now. We have a little one streak going. The Brooklyn Nets, I'm not going to say it, 27-17. We might be back. The Brooklyn Nets absolutely nuking their future in that trade to get Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, the old man Celtics. An insane decision, right? But I must say, I appreciate Brooklyn's willingness to just go all out. So they make the trade there. Then they go get Harden. They're like, Harden, who you want? Let me get KD and Kyrie. They get the trio together, whatever. I appreciate it. And then we have the Kyrie stuff. So not as, but looking at it, Darius with 15 and 5, shooting 38% from 3. Jaeger 17, 5, 43%. Superstar, doing great. AJ 25 and 5, consistency. Danny Wolf is average. Jared Allen is still producing 8 rebounds a game. We got Chero off the bench, but shooting 45%. His 3 is going crazy. We have shooters. We have scorers. I think what we might be missing, though, Kobe White. Do we move from Kobe White? He's going down. His contract is only $10 million. But we could use a center upgrade. Daniel Gafford out. I think we keep it for now. I want to keep it, but are there any centers out there that make me say, maybe we make a move? So let's see. Any centers, Zubac? No. Although, an interesting one would be Bagley. What is Bagley doing this year? What would they want for Bagley? Amari Allen. Now, he's not going to play for us. He's not. I'll do this trade. Give me up a future 29 pick, but we get Bagley. We're going to go ahead and give Bagley some minutes. So right now it's 11 man, but we need center play, and we have too many guards. So made a move. Might have run the team chemistry, but hopefully. Okay, we haven't won in a while. Let's get a win. Okay, so we're still 6th in the conference, 32-25. If we just stay over 500, we'll be set. Let's try and get into the playoffs this year outright. That should be the goal. No play-in. It looks like we're going to go back to the play-in. I don't want to be a perennial play-in team, but if that's what it takes, and it's looking like we will be, then that's what we're going to do. And honestly, we just want more games played. I think that's what it is more than anything. But I will say, if we don't finish better than first round, I think it might be the end for Jordy, just because if there are better coaches out there and we can improve in that regard, then we will. But as of right now, okay, so Jokic wins MVP. Now he's on the Mavs. Crazy. Tyron Stokes, 6th man of the year, 1B Depoy. Caleb Wilson, most improved because he didn't play last year. And then Cade as clutch player. So the Mavs made some moves. The Mavs are good this year. Any Nets? Still no Nets. Maybe we're just not. They got Caden Boozer from Motor City Cruise over any net. It's crazy. The media doesn't want us to win. So Nolan Traore. Nolan's been struggling, so we're going to go ahead and put Darius there. And then we're going to make the rotation a 9-man rotation. Which means, Dame Squad just didn't play. Which means we don't really have a lot of depth. And as far as center minutes go, so I think we're going to swap Gafford and Kobe White. Kobe White, thank you. You're not as needed now. This is what we're going to go with in the plan. And there we are at the 7th seed against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Can we win? No, we were swept. Well, I think this year is the year we make a big move because it clearly we're not doing enough. We're not doing enough. And James Harden gone. Draymond, Tobias Harris. You kept Tobias Harris over me. If you know, you know. Norm Powell, Gary Harris, Kyle Anderson, Spurs legend, Tyus Jones. Shout out to Trey Jones, Drew Eubanks, Lonzo Ball, big baller brand himself, has fallen off, but you got to respect him coming back from injury like this. And I think if we can get a new head coach, we will. Draft lottery, where are we at? We are picking at 18 from Phoenix, and we traded away our pick to the Cavaliers for 17. So, picking at 18, nothing significant. Can we make a blockbuster trade? We have a lot of good. I want great. What power forwards are available? Zion. Hey Scotty, what are you up to? Nothing for Scotty. Fair. Would love Rasheed Fleming. What about Chet? Nothing for Chet. Really? Nothing for Chet. Okay. There's not a lot out here. Anthony Davis, old. Caleb Wilson, most improved. But we're not getting any. There's nothing in the 4 market. Giannis. So there's no 4s available. Which, good to know, but puts us in a situation where we really just kind of have to go with what we have, which is less than ideal. So, what candidates out there? We're going to offer Chris Finch. So, Jordy, thank you. No, thank you. We're going to offer Chris Finch. Hopefully we can get Chris. Nick Nurse. Is this Bob Simmons, Ben Simmons? And then Ty Lue. And then Will Hardy. So one of these 4. We will take Chris Finch as our new head coach. Hopefully he can be the change we need. In the draft, can we make a trade? Let's do Kobe White because he's getting up there. And let's throw in, I don't want to get rid of Danny because he's an original net, but Danny at this point is pretty insignificant. And then let's throw in Bagley or Dafford. He's making a lot of money. Jaime Jaquez. He's not really an upgrade. I'm looking for an upgrade at the 4, and we can't seem to get one. None of these offers. Lauri Markkanen on a 1 year, but he's 31 now. Yeah, there's really nothing here. What about Bagley instead of Gafford? Maybe the money is what makes it so hard. Now, Oubre could play the 4, but then we need a center. Derek Lively, 10 and 10. Significant money, but we'll take Lively. And then let's see if we can turn around, make one more trade, and get off of Daniel Gafford's large contract. Jaime Jaquez isn't a bad offer. Gives us the 4 we need. And I'm leaning towards that. Naz Reid, but he's making $27 million. Then we're gonna go with Jaime Jaquez. So the team is looking good. I think we're done with trades for now. We're gonna send a pick. Shot in the dark. Who wants to play for us? Let's go with Cavar. 19 years old. We will take it. And then our next pick. This just seemed number 44 from Lithuania. Smart guy, small forward, really tiny, but we'll give him a chance. And this draft class is pretty weak, but that's okay. Rookie signing 74, 71. Team player options. Danny Wolf will pick up the options on everybody. Qualifying offers, nothing there. Luka Doncic is here. We need cap. So what money can we move that would allow us to get Luka? Jared Allen. What do you go for? They admit. I think the issue is there's not enough fours available at the price point we have to where we can just do this. I want to clear cap. I want to make money, but how do we do that without putting us in generational debt? A Thor is interesting for the defensive aspect. You can play him at the 4. Come on. And Mark Williams. No, I don't want to give up Dame Sar. Now, this is a trade to win now. This is the win now move. Jalen Williams, welcome to the OKC Thunder. Or welcome to the Brooklyn Nets from OKC Thunder. We have a 4. J-Dub, welcome to the team. We're going to play him at the 4. And we just got a big upgrade. Now, Danny Wolf, unfortunately, we need you to not be yourself. So we're gonna move him to center, back in position, power forward. And I think we got a lot better with that trade, actually, and I think that's the move we needed to make. Cap is gone, but that move is a championship winning type move. And I think it gives us some flexibility we didn't have. I'm actually not very interested in any of these guys. Bobby Portis, what are you up to? You can come to Brooklyn. Okay. So that'll be it for free agency. Player progression. Let's see a lot of green. Debanza, Traore. Jalen Williams goes down because you want to power forward, but that's fine. Yeah, your cuff goes up. This is the year. This is the year we make something happen. I believe. It has to be. It has to be. We need to cut somebody. Who will it be? Nico. Nico's, it's not looking good for you, my man. So we'll go ahead and cut Nico. I'll actually move Jalen back to the 3 because he goes up, and then we'll play him at the 4. So that'll help with that. But yeah, okay. We got some hoopers now, which is what we needed. We needed hoopers. Jalen Williams is a hooper. We're going to up his tendencies because I'm sure they're super low. But this is a guy that you trade for that you think makes your team better, and that's what we needed. We're going to go ahead and up that to 90. Cherry at 70. Everybody can let it fly. Will Riley, you're good. Bobby Portis, we can turn down. Wolf, we don't need you anymore. We can turn you down. I think we're in a good spot. Why does Hanson Yang have a 99? I don't know. We're going to go ahead and make it 65. Okay. So we're going to go Acuff, Jaeger Demon, Debanza, Keldon Johnson, Derek Lively. J-Dub is going to go and play at the 4. As we're going to play AJ at the 4. And we have actual depth now, which we didn't have before. We'll run the 10-man rotation. And hopefully this is the year. starting off hot, 5-0, 5-1. Did we break the Nets curse? I think we might have. Trading for Jalen Williams is big. This is the type of move that can help us not be the same old Brooklyn Nets. 14-3, 15-3. This is what we needed. We have a team in Brooklyn come out. The Knicks are no more. 19-4, 20-4. Oh, this has to be it. Dylan Harper. The Spurs are NBA Cup legends. They can't help but be the MVP. Dylan Harper, obviously, a great prospect this year. I think long term, he just gives all-star. He has the build. He has the finishing ability. He's one of the highest rated inside scorers in the league, and he's 6'6". So Dylan Harper is going to be around for a while. 33-6. First power rank, first conference rank. The Brooklyn Nets are back. Fan interest is at a 52. I'm sorry, what do you want? Do you want a winning team or not? We give you a winning team, you don't like it. I don't get it. But 38-7. $38-8. We're not gonna make any moves. This is the team. We're not gonna mess up the chemistry this time. I think the Brooklyn Nets are gonna make some noise this year, and hopefully this is trade deadline. No, but let's take the time to check out the team. AJ 23, 7 and 6, just getting better. Jalen Williams went down, but he's shooting 56% from the field, which we needed a second option. Traore up 15-7. Jaeger 19-6. Will Riley went up. Like, the team is teaming. They're doing great. Dame Sarr's playing this year. Darius was 16-8. Like, the team is playing. We got hoopers. Darius is out. Okay, I was going to say. The team is hooping. So I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to let them keep doing their thing. Scoring 157. Chris Finch, thank you. $48.9. I think the Nets are a team 175 against the Hawks. Let's look at this, because who scored all the points? Everybody. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in double figures. 4 people over 20. This was a great game. $56. If we can get to 61s, can we close out? Can we close out and get to 60? 61 season for the Brooklyn Nets. We are so back. We are so back. We have avenged everyone. It is now time. This has to be a championship year. MVP is Wemby. Keeps getting better. Amazing. Corey Elliott, 81 overall as a rookie, 18 points. Awesome. Joksimovic, 16. Good player. Chris Finch, Coach of the Year. Number 1 team. We did it. Now, does that mean we can get some Nets on an All-NBA team? AJ, All-NBA second team. Our first. So thank you, AJ. After that, we have no Nets. But number 1 team. Let's bump it down to 10-man rotation. Let's see what we're about. Jalen Williams is out. How long is he out for? Okay, hairline fracture, so he'll be back. Let's go ahead and simulate the plan. And Jalen Williams. It's time to earn that contract. We're going to go with Traore and Demon. Debansa, Jalen Williams, Lively, Keldon Johnson, Acuff, Riley Rollins for the bench. Going into the playoffs. Here we go. Can we beat Boston in round one? We do. We do. Round two against Philly. Can we beat Philly? 4-2. This could be it. Who's been doing all the scoring? Let's see. AJ's outdated today. Don't like that. AJ averaging 26, 7, and 6. Man. Like I said the first year, you need a cornerstone player. He is a cornerstone player. And I think he's going to take a step. Knicks won game 1. Brooklyn wins game 2. Knicks won game 3. Knicks won game 4. This is not okay. Who got hurt? Ryan Rollins is out, which means Bobby Portis is back. I love the glasses. Thank you, Bobby. Let's see. Let's go to Simcast. Can we force another game? We had a great third. Close it out. Great fourth. Going to game 6. We are in New York still, obviously. Let's have a great second half. Leading. It's close. Up by 4, up by 5, and we 3-1 lead. Can we force the Knicks to blow the lead? Great first. A little bit of a comeback there. Winning by 6, up by 5, and the Knicks take the lead. Up by 2, up by 1. And the Brooklyn Nets have been eliminated. Just to lose to Wemby and the Spurs. So another year. But much improved from where we were. AD gone. AD and Dame gone. League meetings. Reject everything. Lottery. Picking at 30, but we traded the pick. So we're going to go ahead and need an assistant head coach. So all right. We're going to just skip the draft because we don't have a first round pick. Oh, we actually had pick 27. I'm blind. But we trusted the GM. Sure, we'll take everybody. Dame Sar, Yaxel haven't really been given the opportunity, but Booker is free. Danny Wolf might be gone this year just because I don't want him more than anything. Lots of people to pay. Danny Wolf only wants pennies. We can do that. Nolan Traore, you're back. Jaeger, a little rich for you, but yes. Will Riley. Oh. So everybody agrees. Will Riley, we will match that. Hanson Yang, of course you're back. What can we do to improve this team? We have 2 guards. We have 3 shooting guards. We have 2 small forwards. What if we traded? What if we traded Bobby Portis? Keldon Johnson was a performer. I can't do it. I can't. We need something. Bobby Portis and Keldon cannot get us a better 4. That's really all we're missing. This team seems like they're ready. Nothing there. What fours are available? So it's looking like there's not really anything to do here. Definitely not. I guess we're just going to take the team how it is. Player progression, please save us. And we got a player up into the 90s. The team is great. We saw it. And this has to be it. This will be the last year of the rebuild. We got some players to cut. Florin, sorry you're gone. Oleg, you later. Now it's kind of interesting. Mutu, their first pick. Bobby Portis, I miss you already. And to the next season we go. I think this really just shows that 2K has like a bias against a certain team. They're not going to win. First seed, had some great performance. I don't know. What do I know? Alright. Here we go. Can we repeat and get 61s again? Fan interest is at 100%, so now they care. They've seen the light. But we're just gonna hope for the best here. 11-5. As long as we stay above 500, this team will be in the playoffs and they'll have a shot. And that's all we need. We just need a chance. If you had one shot, one opportunity, would you capture it? That's the sort of vibe we have. NBA Cup MVP Darius Acuff. So finally somebody beats the Spurs, and it's us. So we won some hardware. We have the experience. We've been in the playoffs 2 years in a row now. This is the year. We were young last year. Our star got better. Jalen Williams maybe is in his role a little better. We have the guard play. Three-headed monster of Acuff, Rollins, Traore. We have the players for it. How can we perform is the question. First in power rank, second in conference. 35 wins. Let's get to 40 before the break. And just slow a bit, but we're not going to make any trades. This is the team. Chemistry, let's get it up before the playoffs. 40-14. Let's hit 60 wins. We're already free of where we used to be. We've been in the power rank of 1, conference rank of 2 for a while, so not sure. No contract extensions because this is the last season. Back-to-back ones against the Hornets. We're at 51-16. Can we get over that hump and reach 60 again? 55. On a win streak, get the chemistry up before playoffs. 58, 59, and 60. We're on a win streak, or we're 60 wins again. Chris Finch, you have saved us. AJ Demancia wins MVP. Consistency, franchise. This is the guy. AJ wins MVP. Cameron Williams just got drafted, already this good. LaMelo Ball, Tyrese, Cade Cunningham. Wemby must have been hurt because nowhere to be found here. Cam Boozer, who we traded on draft night. And then we have no rookies of worthwhile. But this is the team. Acuff, Denman, Debansa, Jalen Williams. We have injuries to Library and Sarr. So Danny Wolf is going to have to step up. But he's been Danny Wolf. Any standouts here? Jalen Williams gone up. Will Riley a little bit down. But Jaeger, we just have consistent shooting. We have a lot of shooting, and that'll help. We're the 2 seed. Can we get out of round 1? And after the season we had, the Brooklyn Nets are eliminated in round 1. With that, I think that'll be the end of the video. Couldn't get it done in Brooklyn. I think the Brooklyn Nets are a difficult team, but if they can land a franchise player like AJ Debansa, maybe they can make some moves. I think if you had one more year with Jalen Williams, maybe trade Jalen Williams for a better power forward. Maybe an aging Giannis could save Brooklyn. Maybe make a swing for a guy like Chet instead of Jalen Williams. J-Dub failed us, but we tried our best. Brooklyn Nets eliminated. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know feedback for what team you want to see next. I'm going to be posting some NFL content later and some football content. So stick around. Thank you again, and have a good rest of your night.